is coffee gear that I don't use, coffee gear that I don't recommend. Believe it or not, this is literally the best thing that has ever happened with this device. Put your grounds in and do the same thing, and then filter it out through a paper filter or a steel mesh filter or whatnot. It does the exact same thing. It's a cool design, but other than that, it's a waste of money. At the end of the day, it's about you, that cup, and that coffee, and the way that you manipulate that stuff in order for you to be happy. Because coffee makes us happy, right? One of the things we don't talk about a lot, or even at all, I kind of talk about it from time to time, is coffee gear that I don't use, coffee gear that I don't recommend. And as I was looking at my coffee bar and all that stuff, kind of just trying to see where I can make room, because I bought some more stuff. That's a story for another day. I was looking at this, and this one is interesting. This is a Eva Solo. This is a nice looking French press. This is what this is. So we're going to demonstrate this whole thing, and I'll tell you the reasons why I don't recommend it and what I actually do recommend. I can't leave you hanging, right? So I got this years ago, and I thought it would be cool. I guess back in the day, I still bought a lot of stuff, right? And I saw this. It wasn't like this, but it was like this, right? If that makes any sense. This is a French press. You don't actually press, but it does exactly the same thing. You have a filter right here. Nice filter, pretty cool filter. And you have this cool little nozzle or pour device, and actually stays on there pretty well. And then when you tilt it, the liquid, the coffee comes out. And then it has this sleeve right here to keep it warm and to make it look cool. Okay. So we're gonna demonstrate it without the sleeve, and we're gonna go from there. Okay. So I thought this company actually went out of business, you know? And when I was looking it up today, or the past couple of days, I was really shocked and surprised how much it was. That they're still in business and everything, and they're still doing their things. They create other KitchenAid type of things. But this one in particular, I think I probably paid about $50 for it years ago, 10 plus years ago. And when you look it up now, this is about, some places say $100. Amazon says $179. So it's actually gone up in price. But the functionality, the usage of it is very minimal. I'm sure somebody who likes French press quite a bit will actually like this device quite a bit. But me, since I'm more of a pour-over type of person, I don't really care for it that much. Again, I'll talk about the recommendations for this machine. So let's get some coffee, let's get some water, and let's brew a cup. This is how you make coffee. Simple, easy. Everything that we know what to do, right? That's the beauty of a French press. Believe it or not, this is literally the best thing that has ever happened with this device. They got this little stirrer, had this stir for years. It's literally the best stir in the world. It really is. I'm gonna mix it through, okay? Put it to the side. We're gonna put this sleeve back on. But essentially that's what it is. It looks nice. It helps with temperature control and all that good stuff. I think it's pretty nifty the way that they actually made this to be what it is, right? And you just zip it right back up, put this on top, and you just wait. You just wait a couple minutes. Why don't I really recommend this? It's expensive. It's overpriced. You can have a cup right here and put your grounds in and do the same thing, and then filter it out through a paper filter or a steel mesh filter or whatnot. It does the exact same thing. I do like the filter of it though. It does a really good job of filtering out most of the things that you don't want to drink in your cup, you know? But it just gets dirty from time to time. If the way that you pour your grounds or whatever, you pour out your coffee, it can tend to get dirty. I've never washed this before. I know people may say, yeah, we expect that from you because you're a dirty person. No, I mean, okay, I'm not a dirty person. I tend to let my stuff go unclean for a little bit longer than what it should be. But it gets dirty. And as you see, this looks like a pretty cool device and all that stuff. It's containing the heat very well, so it's doing its job. And you just sit here and you just wait, and it looks cool. You can put this on a counter. You can be very sophisticated. It's better than a French press, right? That's what it is. That's what it's trying to do. That's how it's trying to be different. And it does a good job. But I never pick it up. I never care for it. And we have those gadgets. Even when we get new gadgets, after a while we're like, okay, how are we going to really play around with these things? Do we still play around with it? Do we force ourselves to play around with things that we used to like, used to use, and all that stuff, right? But in this case, it's been years since I've actually used this. I think I've actually tried to give this away to a friend, and they said no. I guess they probably looked it up and they're like, oh, hell no, that's way too much money for me to actually take from this person who's trying to give this away to me. So right now, let's go ahead and make a cup and let's see what it's all about, and we'll go from there, okay? So here's our cup. Look at that. Here's our coffee. Cheers. Strong, probably a little too fine on that grind, but it resembles a French press. It resembles coffee for more than anything. And that's what we want. We just want a good cup of coffee that we can sip on and ponder about life a little bit, or not. Or we're just thinking about the day and all the things that we're going to be doing. And that's the beauty of drinking coffee, right? And as you saw, it was very simple for me to make a cup of coffee. And I probably didn't do that good of a job of telling you not to get this machine, this coffee maker, this device, because more than likely you have something similar already at home that does a fantastic job of that. What do I actually recommend then? You already know, you probably already have it, a French press. This is all you need, a tried and true French press. If you don't have a French press, you don't actually need a French press. If you already have one, then you're not missing out on this Eva Solo, okay? You're not. If you want a French press and you want to experience something that's nostalgia, something that's unique and different, something that puts you in a ballpark of having good tasting coffee, this is probably the first place that you can start with. It's easy. Put your coffee in, you plunge, wait a couple minutes. You do the exact same thing that I just did. This one is small, but you can find French presses from anywhere. $10, $20, and you're good to go. This is what I recommend. This doesn't do anything better. This is just looks cool. It looks classy, and it's not worth the money. It's truly not, because I don't use it. And I don't think most people will use it. I think they'll probably be a little bit more fragile, kind of apprehensive about using it because of how much money they probably spent on it. Also, the glass isn't as thick as you would want it to be. I wish it was a little bit thicker and all that. This is what it looks like. You know, it still keeps the heat very well, so you can touch it and feel it, and your coffee is going to continue to extract. And the top is cool. You know, it's a cool top. It's a cool design. But other than that, it's a waste of money. I highly don't recommend the Eva Solo French Press coffee maker. Just get a French press if you already have one. You're not missing out on anything. You're really not. This tastes like a French press. You saw my agitation. My agitation was stirring the grounds. You don't even have to do that. You can just do this. That's what it is. So we don't have to keep buying things, I guess. Or if you want to, you can. But do realize that there are items or things out there that you probably don't care for or need. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to like, what's your way of making coffee? What's your weapon of choice? What's your, I guess, daily driver in order to make something magical? If it's a French press, use it. If it's an AeroPress, use it. If it's a pour over device, one or two of those. Not like me over here, that's too many. Use it. Espresso machine, excuse me. Use it. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's about you, that cup, and that coffee. And the way that you manipulate that stuff in order for you to be happy. Because coffee makes us happy, right? So this is Okay at Everyday Bean signing off. I highly don't recommend this. Just stay with this. It works really well. This, no. This, yes. Talk to you later. Bye.